Woo! Welcome back, people. This is season 2 now. We finally made it. We made it into 2021. Welcome back. This is the Natives in America podcast with Sky and Ben. People, 2021. For those of you, there's about a little over 20 of our regular guests that have been following us through this journey since I want to say September. We've been recording since June, every single freaking week, at least one podcast a week. And I think since September we've been producing once a week. This is production day, and we're starting 2021. So as discussed earlier, I don't know if I discussed it, but this is season 2, episode 1. And I'm calling it the Reintroduction episode because me and Sky kind of decided, all right, well, if we have any new listeners, or I was also, we're doing a big push to get more listeners and also to get further out into the world and to start bringing in guests. Like, we want to keep things interesting, and I think by now you guys are probably tired of listening to me and Sky talk about the same thing over and over again. Like, the episodes are all different, but then we start, overlapping, or I don't know what you would call it, but I seem to always be talking about aliens and getting all lovey-dovey about, everybody being friends, and Sky tends to, add his joking humor kind of stuff and just random thought process that always keeps me on my toes, and then we go over it again and again. So we're doing it again, season 2, episode 1. But the idea is we're hoping to draw more people in, cover more subjects, and I think the whole point of this whole podcast was to have guests. That's always been my plan from the beginning, was to have me and a co-host to, bounce ideas off each other, and then to have guests. So, we can cover different subjects and then bring in people who might know something about that subject. So, this year, this isn't a guest episode, but this is the hope. We're going to start pushing this year to have guests. Like, I have a few people in mind already. I've been making contact. Me and Sky have been talking about it all the last year. And now, season 2, this is the big push that we're going to try to keep things interesting and mix it up a little bit and push for guests. So that's what you had to look forward this year. And if I haven't said it before, thank you so much for tuning in each week. And please, if you haven't already, go on to YouTube and with your own I don't know what you call it, your membership, and please subscribe to the Reservation Radio Network. Subscribe to it and hit notifications so that every time we release an episode, you'll be notified right away, and you can follow us each week. And like I said, everybody who's stuck with us, thank you so much. And anybody who's new or just curious, welcome to whatever madness may bring. Also, that's another thing. This is the Reservation Radio Network, and we are on the Reservation Radio Network, which means I have dreams of bringing on more podcasts onto this one network, and then also this is the Natives in America podcast between me and Sky, and we're coming back this year with a lot of high hopes, and because the native theme and the Reservation Radio Network, because of that, I was talking to Sky saying, we need to cover some more native issues. So my thought process is that we should start having guests from the reservation that are in the political sphere and maybe the educational sphere and let's say the traditional sphere. If we can get guests to come on and speak and we ask them questions and interact and have a good time, The idea is people, our listeners, everybody will be informed about what's going on the reservation and within the world, and how the two worlds kind of collide sometimes, and sometimes there's no damn difference, and then there's other times where it's everything's symbiotic and kind of peaceful and nice. And we like to touch on these issues, but I was telling Sky, hey, let's push a little more this year. Like, the exciting thing about starting 2021, this episode, the first episode of season 2, is to now that we kind of got our creative process down, we want to push and have more, I don't know, just more of everything, and we want to keep things interesting. So that's kind of the push we're going to push for this year. One final note on this introduction here. The photo here, I just now took it. It's of this little drawing. Probably one of the first times I took it a little more serious than normal. I've been thinking about a logo for the Reservation Radio Network, and I've also been thinking about having a photo of me and Sky for the Natives in America podcast, which I want Ronnie James to take. We've discussed it. We're going to get it done. Like, that's because we were working on recording, focused on recording, and I've been focused on producing and, trying to get a photo every episode, something that pertains to what we're talking about. Now we kind of got the formula down. So the idea is, hey, let's round this thing out. Like, right now, our podcast is kind of a flat character almost, and as they do in storytelling, we want to flesh out our characters, and that's kind of the point of this episode, is the reintroduction. Me and Sky wanted to go back and kind of reintroduce ourselves to our audience and say, hey, this is who we are. And this photo is kind of the realization of what I've been seeing in my mind for the actual network, the Reservation Radio Network. I always saw a tower. I wanted the tower to be the R, but I've done a few drawings of that, and I just can't pull it off just yet. I haven't realized it. But I want the tower, I want there to be a radio tower. I want there to be, the electrifying bolts coming off it. And then I want to add some kind of native theme. I'm thinking black and reds and maybe a handprint. I'm not sure yet, but I guess this being the new year, us pushing for new stuff, I kind of thought it'd be cool to just throw down this little quick drawing I did behind as kind of a symbol of new beginnings. Like this drawing, I mean, it's oversimplified. It's not well done, but it's what I had in my head, and it's the first time I actually put it on paper. Because in my mind I can see it, and it usually takes me a while to go from that to something solid on paper, and here it is. This is the beginning. So I thought it was kind of, it goes with what we're doing today on this episode. Is we're reintroducing ourselves, and with that introduction, I wanted to introduce my concept for the logo for Reservation Radio Network. And hopefully soon, if we can get together with Ronnie James, we can set up a photo of both me and Sky shooting the shit for the Natives in America podcast. Maybe get us some other kind of drawing. I don't know. We're going to have to talk with Ronnie some more about that and arrange a time. So, I took this photo, but don't worry, there'll be plenty more of Ronnie James's photography, and hopefully as we start talking to more people, maybe they'll send photos for us to use. But stay tuned. We'll see how this works out. Like, this is a good year for pressing into what we want, what's been missing. We're gonna flesh out this idea. Season 1 was about figuring it out. Season 2 is going to be about making things a little more interesting, expanding our horizons, and just really crushing it. Like, really trying to work on getting our recording down. I've got new speakers, new microphones in the works, and I'm really hoping that me and Sky soon can do some in-person live interviews. If you guys haven't realized this, we've been doing everything over the phone so far, And we always talk about doing it live, but once we start hanging out live, it's like, let's not work, let's catch up, because he lives out there on the res, and I'm living up here in Tucson, and it's like, man, I want to get out there as much as possible, but when I do, me and Sky tend to just hang out. We don't work, you know. We hang out around the fire and catch up. So here's the new beginnings. This is Season 2, Episode 1, Reintroductions episode. And once again, thank you all for tuning in and sticking with us. And here's to a great year in podcasting. I hope you guys stick with us the whole way. Here we go. All right, it's on.
You pressed it?
Yeah, the big button's been pressed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is new territory. It's 2021. We're starting Season 2. And my boy's yelling, even though I always tell him to chill out.
Yeah,
he's rambunctious.
Nah, I think we should interview him one of these days.
Dude, when I was talking about doing the podcast, Amadeus, listen to your father, I was thinking like just sitting here with him, let him do all his chatter.
Uh-huh.
But I'll be talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to teach him something.
That'll work.
Hell yeah.
So what's up? What's good?
Oh, not much, man. Not much at all. Like I was saying, the new mics are coming. I can't wait to try that. I'm cracking my first beer right now. Just so you know. So if you're any beers in, I'm gonna start here.
Yes.
Shit. This is weird. Like you don't have to go. You're not getting back from work.
Nah.
And
I'm off.
You're off, and it's still Saturday, so I don't have to work. Huh?
Well, no. Well, technically, I'm not off tomorrow, but yeah, I mean tomorrow. I don't got to worry about work right now.
Oh. Well, it's technically Sunday, right?
Technically, yeah, it is, but...
Well, then I work tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, later tonight.
Yeah, well...
But that's like hours
yeah,
from
well, we could have started an hour ago, and then would have been different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's, we at least have 12 hours to not worry about a work shift.
We could do a 3-hour podcast right now.
Oh yeah, we shall.
I don't know if we got it in us, but we could if we chose to, if we so chose. Did you have a subject?
Kinda.
It sounded to me like you wanted to just kick back and talk.
Nah, I just kind of wanted to talk, but I sort of had a starting point to kind of maybe start the new year, because for those who don't really know us personally, or maybe just know us by actually only listening to the podcast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A
bunch of people, my cousins are, go ahead.
No, I'm just retelling some of the your tales, and maybe giving a little backstory to who they're listening to on this podcast, because we have a lot of episodes down, and it's just kind of like, whoever doesn't know us this might be a good episode to kind of learn a little bit more about me and Bennett. And just, go ahead, man.
It's season 2, episode 1. I barely started listening to podcasts. Mostly the one I listened to the most, like episode after episode after episode, was Joe Rogan's podcast. And he always has interesting guests that come on, and like interesting as in like historians and scientists and politicians, and they always have these really long, in-depth conversations, and a lot of times they're just chilling, but they get, they ask questions. And I've always liked that forum, and I always felt like I wanted to add to it. I always felt like I wanted to continue the conversation, or at least put my 2 cents on it. And when you're just listening to a podcast, you can't do that. So I started looking into what kind of equipment I could get, what I could afford. I forget where the money came from. I think it might have been my last year's tax return. And I bought this recording system, which is pretty small, and it's pretty badass so far. And I dropped a lot of money getting it. I just dove in. That's kind of what I always do, is I just dive head first without checking the depth, just jump right in. I could be pretty impulsive when it comes to spending money and trying out new stuff, because I'm always trying to learn something. And I think it's important to note that my favorite classes, like we've all had some schooling, and I think your favorite classes kind of tell a big chunk of who you are. And I always loved math and science. Like, I consider myself a hardcore scientist. And certain forms of math I really enjoy. Like, I really enjoyed algebra. When we first started, like, it's gotten much more complex as I kept going on. But like the logical puzzling that algebra brought, I always liked it. So that's kind of where my background and where I'm coming from is. There's that, my education side, and then there's my parents. They're both in the Army. They were both in the Army. My dad's from the Res, the Thon-Autumn Nation, and my mom is from Ohio. I want to say Medway, Ohio. She's German and Irish. Which is really cool about her is her mom. Everybody up to her mom. I never remember which side. I want to say her side was Irish, and then everybody up to her grandpa was German. So when they had her, she was the first where the two came together, the Irish and the German. And my old man, he's from a big, well, they're both from big I think there's 9 of them in my mom's family, maybe 10. And there's about 8 or 9 in my dad's family. It's bad that I don't know that. But that I guess that kind of explains who I am. Is I'm from big families. I have the mind of a scientist, and I want to communicate. I wanted to do this. And when I was toying around with Sky about names and whatever, it's like we kind of came upon the name at the same time. Like it was like we were puzzling. Like, what do we call it? Talking about expressions and innuendos and whatever else. And it was just like natives in America. We both just kind of came to it. We're like, hey, natives in America. So that's a little background. I mean, I didn't get too in depth, but there you go.
All right, so I know I've met Bob, like, or Dave. We might have met before.
I was just thinking that. I don't know.
I think we might have just met around several times, but
I think we met in school as kids, but never really met until later in like middle school.
Yeah, well,
high school.
Maybe, yeah. But we were cool.
Yeah.
And but there's this one moment that sticks out to me because, like, yeah, I was kind of, maybe on purpose, maybe not on purpose, but just to bump heads with teachers.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe sometimes I don't always follow the assignment and I kind of go my own route, or on purpose or not on purpose, whatever happens to where I'm questioning what's being asked, or maybe I'm doing something and I'm following the directions, but they're telling me it's still wrong, and yet I don't think it's wrong, so I gotta argue it at least a little bit. And the assignment, because me and Ben had an art class together. I think it was like, he was 10th grade, I was 9th grade.
Yeah.
Or, no, I was 8th grade, he was 9th grade. Because that was another thing too, is when I got to chill with you because I got to take high school classes when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So that was when, one of the electives I could choose was art, but it was with high school art, which was class you were in.
Yeah.
And the assignment the art teacher gave us was like, find your favorite quote, or I don't really remember the exact. It was, I don't even remember the assignment really. I just remember having to find like something new, some type of literature was what I saw, but it was like, find a quote. And I think it was like, pretty much like, I don't know, find a generic saying or a speech someone said, and I was into Nirvana at the time. I mean, still am. And
I think it was a quote that meant something to you.
Yeah.
Like it expresses where you come from.
And so I had chosen a lyric from a Nirvana song called Something in the Way. And the song was about how he lived under the bridge and, was kind of like pretty much homeless, trying to like just survive as a starving artist, that whole cliche, but actually really doing it. And I'm not too sure if he actually ate fish, but there's a lyric in the song that says it's okay to eat fish if they don't have any feelings.
Yeah.
And that was the quote I wanted to use. And the teacher was just sort of like, this don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, this is wrong. No.
But to me, I was just going to, all right, I'll find a different one. I tried a little to be like, someone said it, it's in an album. I don't know, I speak it. Trying to.
It didn't make sense to her.
Yeah, I was, maybe my frame of mind didn't understand the assignment, but it was like, it's art, why can't I write this? There's still words.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it was just like, I don't know if it was just like you understood like where I was coming from, or if you just was sort of like you was having my back. But it was like it was cool because I was just gonna give in if I had something else. Which I think I don't even know if I did. That's why I said I don't remember the outcome. I don't remember the outcome of it.
I feel like you kept it, but I don't remember. I don't remember that specifically. I remember the argument.
I just remember the argument because it was like kind of like it's stuck in my mind because I was like I wasn't doing the arguing. You were doing the arguing, but it was like more on my account. And it was just sort of like cool because like, all right, he understands where I'm coming from. And
yeah. I don't know if I knew you as well as I did later about your love for Nirvana, but I knew the song, and I feel like I knew you liked Nirvana. Like I feel like I knew that already by then.
I think.
And I was just like, hey, hey, this is a song. It is art, and it's something that speaks about you liking Nirvana. Like it's a big part of your life. And I didn't like that she was like, no, this is wrong. Like for an art teacher to say something's right or wrong, I thought it was ridiculous. I feel like art's more about creativity than, you know, fucking rules. Sticking to the rules.
Oh, yeah. But then we're in school, so
turn it down, boy.
We're in school kind of giving rules, and us finding, not so much finding ways to break those rules, but like, we can express ourselves, but suddenly to be told not, you can't express yourself in that way.
Yeah. Well, just thinking about it, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like I can hear my mom's voice going, well, you're just a troublemaker. You just want to say no to the teachers. Well, my mom's a teacher, and so is your mom.
Yes.
And I could just hear her voice, just like, well, you're just trying to cause waves and problems, and you know, sticking your nose in other people's business, and you know, being a bad student. You know, just giving the teacher grief, I guess is how she would see it.
Yeah.
Because I had students like you know.
Nah, but you know, that was the. Well, I think for me and my mom, because I think if she knew I was causing trouble, it was because I was really trying to, you know, do something actually productive. In my state of mind, being a kid, you know.
Yeah. So
like, I think she always kind of had to do her own research and actually kind of see like why I was the way I was. That's the way I understood it. And I like school. I didn't go to cause trouble.
Yeah.
But you know, when suddenly I'm doing something where you're causing trouble or you're breaking the rules or not following them, and it's like, well, fuck you. You know, like what? Yeah. What am I doing wrong? But I think that's just me kind of like sort of pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
I want the lessons we get from school have nothing to do with the actual assignments. Or the actual work that you have to turn in. You know, because I don't even remember the outcome of like I said, the actual assignment, but Well, I do remember our painting, the painting I did in that class.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if it was related to. Well, I ended up drawing a guy with a guitar, and it had like his guitar cable was hooked to the earth, and he was just kind of floating in the air, and there was like stars around him.
I don't remember it. I remember my painting, but I don't remember yours.
What I remember about your painting was you had like created a gray, and you used up the gray, and you kind of forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
How to make that gray.
Yeah.
And I felt you were like, I think that was when, I mean, I always see you as an artist, but I think that was sort of like, and this guy's talking about shades of gray, you know, like, there's a Van Gogh right here, just kind of figuring it all out with paint, you know, but painting on a different level than at least how I thought I was painting.
Huh.
So I always saw you as a, you know, like very artistic, like always drawing.
Yeah, I think of you as the artistic one. Like I like to draw, but it's like your musical prowess, I guess is what you would call it. Always impressed me. When I describe you to people, and I'm like, oh, you would like this guy, he's cool. I always mention you could make music with any instrument, like whether you know it or not. If somebody gave you an instrument, you would make music with it. You know what I mean? Like you could just take any instrument and just make music, because that's I don't know what you would call that. You have a gift or a knack for it, like music. That's how I describe you when I'm trying to tell people about you. Like this guy right here.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like with music, has always been around.
Yeah.
I feel like I always get wrapped up in it. You know, but I'm always, to me, I think it's like staying excited about new instruments. Like seeing something you never, maybe something you never thought you would never play before, or even something that was like new, like you didn't even know it was a thing. There's some like weird instruments that I just like do, like tones, and just kind of plucked in little metal, almost like a keyboard, but
yeah.
No, I just always kind of around. I used to play violin when I was
damn, no shit.
They're great.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, that, I don't know if this is a lesson, but so I played violin in the school I went to. You could play violin in third grade, but you couldn't play band. But band, you could play the saxophone.
Huh.
But in third grade, it's only orchestra. So orchestra is like the strings and
what?
The viola, the cello, the flutes.
What school was this?
This is Miller Elementary. It's in on the south side of Tucson, near Valencia, and Camino de la Tierra. Quick, you know where that Quick Trip is?
Which
the
one?
Quick Trip wasn't there when I was going to school, but there's a Quick Trip when you're leaving town. Valencia.
Yeah. Over by the Casino with the Sun.
Yeah, make that turn at the Quick Trip. You're there. That's how I went to school from.
Actually, my buddy Jay West, he might have been to the same school.
Maybe. Yeah, no, he might have.
Was it kind of in like a suburbs neighborhood?
Yeah. You know, I don't mean to throw him out there, but yeah, you know, they had a thing where it was a shadow. You're like, I think it was when you're ready to go into, was it middle school? Yeah, middle school, because middle school is 6th grade. But, the school I went to, you're 5th grade. So when I was a 5th grader, I followed they call it a shadow, and that you pretty much you follow a kid in the 6th grade, and they show you around, and you follow them in their classes.
Yeah.
And Jay was my shadow.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He showed me around. I had a couple classes. I hung out with them for the day.
How'd that go?
That was cool. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure the fucking school district would appreciate my feedback, but, you know, it was like, it was actually pretty cool, because, like, you know, you see what the next grade is all the fuzz, because you're leaving it pretty much school where you're the king. You know, you go to school with a bunch of kids that are younger than you, and now you're going to school, you're, you know, kind of just branching out, and it with kids way older.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So it's a nice little day where you're kind of getting you're getting your feet wet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know, I don't know if you remember. I'm pretty sure I don't know if he remembers, but like.
I'm going to ask him. He probably won't. I was talking to him a while back. He was all fuzzy.
There was a few times where I think he played basketball too.
Yeah, shit, I had forgotten. Yeah, you're right.
So, no, I didn't know him, but I knew him. And then I think I knew Wes too.
Yeah, I'm sure you, later I think you met Wes.
Yeah, no, but like, I kind of, so that was 6th grade, and then 7th grade, yeah, I think it was 8th grade. I moved back to the West, and then that's where kind of started to get to, or me and you started to, I knew you now, because I was out there, but,
that's
what were we talking about?
We started talking about Jay, like, you were at a different school, and you shadowed him.
Oh, no,
he played basketball. Okay. So, I asked where you were because I know the red school doesn't have instruments. Or I think they do, but they didn't use them as part of school.
I don't think so.
Like they weren't offered like Tucson schools, so I assumed you were in a Tucson school.
Yeah,
that's probably why we didn't meet.
I moved in 3rd grade, and I was in 3rd all the way up until like 8th or 7th.
I must have been in 4th grade then when you left.
Nah, because you're a grade older.
Yeah, I might have been already at Tapao and you were still in South.
Yeah. But so anyways, like, so in 3rd grade I got to play the violin because the only thing I could play was an orchestra. Cool. But
are you saying you didn't enjoy it?
No, I did, but my eyes were on the saxophone. The saxophone was jazz and stuff. So, 4th grade. And so, but I did well in violin, and this is why I want to share the story, because I think it's a lesson. Because, But I did really well in orchestra, and yeah, I liked my time when I did it, but like I said, my eyes are on the saxophone.
Yeah.
And so when I got to the next grade, and I could have still stayed in the orchestra, and it probably would have been more fun. And now that I look back, it would have been like more complicated thing, because that's what music was like. You can progress and like try harder stuff once you realize you can accomplish the basics.
Mm.
So I didn't see that as a kid. I just saw the shiny ass saxophone that was like, oh man, that was awesome. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And,
sounds good too.
And yet I was thriving when I was playing violin, and so but the next year I graduated or whatever passed, and it was like, now you can play in band or jazz, and so my mom was like, cause she was renting the instruments, and she always reminded me like, this is money, you know, you need to really take this shit serious, or if you really want to be doing it. And I think with the violin, I got it so easily. It was, I don't know why, maybe it's the string.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something to think about, because it was like, I like the string instruments, but the saxophone, you're actually like using your mouth.
Mm.
And so and the teacher that did jazz was very mean. Well, no. I mean, it was the other way around. It's the orchestra lady was mean.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that has something to do. I don't know, but I quit playing saxophone. It sucked too, because I tried to hide the instrument, because I had to take it with me, and when I quit, I didn't take it, but I was too scared to tell my mom. So I tried to hide it, but I had to mess up in time. And like that whole time, like, man, I should have stayed in orchestra. Cause,
looking back,
I might have still been playing the violin.
Yeah.
To this day, but
grab one.
That's what I'm saying. Lesson. But then I think 8th grade I picked up the guitar. A lot of it, yeah, Kurt Cobain, and I just sing a lot of Unplugged. And then I think that's some kind of where, again, me and you linked up, because it was like we were pretty much learning guitar at the same time. You know?
Oh, I'll say that you're the one who taught me how to play. Or you taught me how to read tabs.
Oh yeah.
No, that's kind of where my learning.
That's so easy though.
Yeah, for you, I didn't know. Like, my guitar I bought it at the end of a summer. It was probably 2001.
Yeah.
2001, 2002.
But like I'm saying, once you learn tabs, didn't it seem like things got easier?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Because then I could look up whatever song I wanted and start learning what it was right away.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like once you got that, it was sort of like you felt comfortable.
Yeah.
A little bit more comfortable.
Well, like I was gonna say, the guitar just sat there. Like, I bought it and it just sat there. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. It just sat there for months. I just looked at it and kept like, oh, that's my guitar. Didn't do anything with it. And then you taught me tabs, and I was like, oh, I can do this with the guitar.
Yeah.
I always say that when I set out to play the guitar, I only wanted to play the guitar. I never really cared if I got good or great at it. Like, it wasn't the goal. It was just like, fuck, I want to be able to play guitar, and I learned it. So it's like I'm good at that. Like, I'm like, cool. Like, I play a lot of rhythm, and
yeah.
What'd you do to him? Okay, Thank you, boy. You found
When did you like to start? When did you like to sing? Or was that always there?
I think it was always there. Like I remember like our long trips with my parents. I'd be go ahead. As a pick one out of any of those. As a sign of the time, I used to sit up in the back window of our car. We had a family car, and I'd be up in the back window listening to whatever music. I want to say it was the music of the time, but like I always liked singing them, like listening and singing with them, and I never took it serious until way later. And once I started taking it serious, then it was like hey, Mister, well, get a meat one then. I never took it serious, and then when I started doing, really took it serious, it was only when I was in college and I took, a voice class. And when I did that, it changed the game. And now I consider myself a singer, but fuck, I rarely get to sing full voice.
Yeah.
So everything just sounds like crap. But yeah, it was way later. Like guitar started with you. The same time I took the voice class. I took music fundamentals. And that taught me how to read notes. Like I had been playing guitar for years and never knew how to read notes. And I learned that, and then I also did a piano class. But I wound up having to exit that one because it was the only one they let me take was an advanced one, advanced piano. And I did terrible. Like everybody around me had majors in music, and they were they already knew the basics. I was only just learning the basics, and I was trying to compete with them or at least keep up, and I couldn't. I didn't have the skill yet. I would say I still don't.
Nah, I mean, I guess I said this, you pass a certain level and then you can kind of go on and get to another level.
Yeah.
But,
everyone in that class had already taken level 1 and level 2 in piano. So I was straight off the boat trying to hop in, and I thought I could do it, and I was wrong. So I had to do an early leave, an early opt out.
Oh yeah.
What do they call that?
Withdraw.
Yeah, I had to withdraw from the class.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where you test you actually go out in a college program or try to see where you're at on the academic scale.
Yeah.
But that's. I wonder about that. If it's a good thing or a bad thing, but or it's probably somewhere in the middle. But yeah, that was another thing too. And I remember taking a piano class. But the teacher, she was actually pretty, she would let us, well, not always. I just remember one time she let me actually bring in a Pro Jam CD. I was into I still am into Pro Jam.
Yeah.
And they use a lot of acoustic, and I mean, just a lot of crazy guitar, I mean, yeah, they got a lot of cool guitar riffs. But so she would play a song and just have all these different questions, and we would listen to the song, and she'd be like, "What all instruments do you hear?
Oh.
They're actually like, were you listening to the music? And that was actually pretty insightful.
Go ahead.
I actually still use that as a method where you you show somebody a song and kind of ask them, what do you think about it? Almost kind of get their notes, but what they're thinking is still, says a lot about themselves. Anyway, so I'll tell you last where I was at.
Music.
Yeah, well,
music and school. What you would be doing now if you had stayed in orchestra?
Yeah, well, that's pretty much where my music started. But
I never realized that. Or you never said all that?
No, I think I never shared that. And I have this old memory of my mom, not my mom, but back when we were young, we didn't always go to church, but there were certain times when my mom was making us go to church. And then we would go to church with my grandma, and they were different. They weren't always the same. My grandma went to a Catholic church, and my mom sometimes went to a Pentecostal Christian church, and they're very different. And so I kind of I think that's why I'm still kind of not questioning religion, but just very open to people's spirituality, and I'll go to church. I have nothing against church. I feel like being exposed to different views of it. I'm sort of open to just whatever is out there, not claiming anything. Even being native, there's all spirituality kind of seems to be tied to that. I don't know. It's just religion's always been a big question mark for me. But they're having Christmas plays, and they're songs that you had to memorize.
Uh-huh.
And I remember my grandma recording me singing the songs, like me practicing the songs.
Yeah.
And even though the play was over, and she would still show me that recordings.
Yeah.
And I think about that now, even with me still recording, even now we're recording, I'm still involved in that that process. So I'm kind of giving props to my grandma right now, because even just singing or the voice, it's kind of, you don't consider that an instrument, and that's, I think of a diva like Celine Dion, calling their voice an instrument. It really is, as a kid, and what you do with it. So
well, it uses the same principle of most instruments, like string instruments. It's a vibration of chords. The lungs, you could even say the lungs were your instrument. The whole upper respiratory system is the instrument. You know, like lungs are the airbag to God, in Scotland, the bagpipes. And then your windpipe is the pipes, and then you got the strings, which are your vocal cords, like. And your tongue and mouth are like the actual instrument, like the vibrating part that creates the sound.
Yeah.
What's crazy is it's organic, you know, like it wasn't made like our instruments are made. It was born, and it grows and it changes.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
No, I mean, I think that's one thing to kind of point out is our voices are a unique instrument, you know? Like, not all voices are similar. You know, everyone kind of has a unique instrument with the voice. So, even just like you were talking about singing and just kind of enjoying your time.
Yeah.
You wonder how that affects you, or not affects you, but how it impacts you growing up.
It changed me.
Sort of foreshadowing. You think about it as a foreshadowing to, you know, to your life as I'm just gonna be a vocalist, or sort of entertaining. I think it's kind of like a very, like someone that can sing very well, like won't sing often. They only sing like on certain occasions, or you know, someone that does very well, like artwork won't. They might not create art like only every decade. You know, like this. It's just kind of like. I don't know where I'm going with that, but like manufacturers, you can manufacture a guitar, and there are some like guys that make guitar, and it takes them like a year to make just one.
Yeah.
Because of the wood they're using, and you know, just the time and again, the art that they put into it, it'll sound way better than any of the manufactured guitars that you could make in less time. So I was kind of talking about like not just our crafts, but kind of like what we artistically just enjoy doing. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but for me, I've always kind of been thankful there was an instrument nearby, you know?
Yeah.
And if I didn't know nothing about it, it was the fact that it was there was just the start.
Yeah,
I still have yet to pick up the accordion.
What?
The accordion, that's one thing I've never really had the time to. I want to get a 12-string. That's my next. But accordion is something that I haven't had a time to learn it.
Do you know which saxophone you wanted?
I think it was an alto.
Alto sax.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. You know that song by Wham? I'll never. It's like I'll never dance again or something like that.
Yeah.
It was on Deadpool.
Oh, dance again. Uh-huh.
Like that. If I ever get a saxophone, that's the song I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna know any other song, but I want to know that song. There might be one other that I can think of where it's like super sexy and just like all saxophone.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those songs where it's like, yeah, I'll play that.
I was watching this thing on YouTube the other day. Why does saxophone become the sound of like when they're singing in a film, like it's getting kind of like sexy, you know? Getting kind of dirty. Like you gotta play that saxophone.
You know Jason Tutu?
Yeah.
We used to joke about that guitar riff on Lethal Weapon. Do 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 do. So like whenever we'd meet up or something, like we'd make that sound, you know, like he was Danny Glover and I was, of course I'm Mel Gibson. Come on now. But yeah, it's like I see him and it's just like doo 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 doo. He used to call me all fucked up in the middle of the night, and he'd start making that noise. I start laughing, doo 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 doo, and then it's got like, I think it's either strings or horns. Woo woo. Raj, I'm getting over this shit. Riggs. Anyway.
I
think we just went off the tracks there.
Now we're thinking of movies.
Yeah, well, you can never go wrong with movies.
You know, it does the and those two noises, those two little notes,
hell yeah. Great movie. Still holds up.
Yeah?
I'll watch a shark tear some shit up and freak out. I had a run-in with a shark once, and it freaked me the fuck out. My heart sunk. I was like, I'm about to be eaten by motherfucking Jaws right now.
But
yeah, you know, boy, it was my heartbeat going do. I'm just like.
How close was the shark?
Pretty sure I kicked it.
Really?
Yeah, I was swimming and my foot hit like it just felt like solid rubber.
Oh,
like really heavy rubber, and I kicked it, and then I was just like, and the water was real sandy, like it was you couldn't, like if you stuck your hand down like in the water, like about waist height, you couldn't see your hand. It was real cloudy, like full of sand, and I couldn't fucking see the shark. Like I just felt it kick. I kicked it accidentally. Like it was just in the motion of swimming, you know, moving your legs, trying to stay above the water. And I was like maybe 50 feet out. Like me and my younger cousin, we were just out there floating, just letting it kind of roll us out, and I didn't realize like it really took us way out there, and it was deep. Like we were probably in 10 or 12 feet of water, and then I just felt my foot kick it, and I was just like, ooh, like, I was like, oh shit, my heart sank, like it just dropped, and I was just like, oh my god, we're gonna get fucking eaten out here, and I started to swim back. I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, we gotta go. And we started swimming back, and I always hear talk about the undertow, but I never had experienced it until I had to try to get back, and I was fighting it. Like I was swimming, and it just kept dragging me back. Like I couldn't swim fast enough, and then at that point, my cousin turned to me. He's like, "I don't know how to swim." I was like, what the fuck are you doing out here? And I was just like, I started dragging him, so we were even slower, and I was just like, I'm about to get eaten by a shark right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I'm there right now. Like I'm nervous.
Yeah, no, I don't. I remember one time we were at the beach and they told us, the ocean there's a shark in the bottom, but I didn't actually see it. But yeah, that was pretty cool. With a shark,
Sharks are awesome.
Yeah.
At the they have an aquarium in Phoenix, like at the Arizona Mills. I fucking loved watching the sharks swim. They're just like smooth ass jets in the water. Like they're just little ones. They didn't have big ones. I guess all they could have is little ones.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Oh, in Vegas, we saw some, you got to actually pet the...
What?
The stingrays.
Oh, yeah.
They have it's an aquarium, but they have like these different sea creatures. I forgot what the casino was, but... You know what's weird is that the little we know about what's in the water.
Yeah.
Like we know more. They always throw that fact out that we know more about space than we do what's in the water. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, it's crazy. We're always talking about how hard it is to get into space, but like just the thought of like how much pressure is down there, how it can just crush a submarine.
Really?
Yeah, like if you get deep enough down, the submarine will just start crushing like a fucking can.
Huh.
It'll just start getting crushed. Like they have a depth that they don't go beyond, because if they do, they get crushed to death.
So what can actually go?
I don't think we've ever been to the bottom of the trench. Ever. So we've never seen what's down there.
Yeah.
Like there's entire swaths of the ocean that we've never seen. Like I don't.
You wonder if that's.
I think it was Did you see the movie Megalodon?
Yeah.
I don't remember much of it. I think I passed out the first time I tried to watch it, but they talked about like an ocean inside the ocean.
Yeah, there was a sort of like the
Yeah.
That's how the Megalodon came out.
Yeah.
It was like sort of a portal not a portal, but a layer that opened up for just a short time and.
Yeah. Well, it escaped.
Yeah.
I think that's real. Like there's a different pressured liquid down there, and it's flowing and tiding like the fucking ocean, but it's in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like a lake within the ocean, and fuck, I don't know. Who knows what's down there? Like maybe that's where our aliens are.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, check this out. So, what is deep under the ocean? It's a whole nother universe. We're just no living things, but I don't know if we're meant to get there.
Yeah, I think there's a ton of stuff we're throwing our money at right now, and it's going in all different directions. And I think exploration is underfunded because everybody gets to throw out the there's bigger problems on Earth that we need to work on than that. But at the same time, they're still not doing anything about these issues they keep crying about. So I don't know. I feel like science and exploration are super important. Okay. Alright. Good job, boy. Alright. You're done. Go play the game. Over there.
No, you're done.
No, I'm not done.
You're done.
No, you're done. You need to go back over there. You're done. Sucker. Go. Alright, what was I talking about? Oh, exploration. I think it's important. Like the more we push science, I think the better our lives always get. Like, yeah, there's stuff that was created by science that is killing the fuck out of us. Like enriching uranium, mining it and exposing everybody to it. That's pretty hardcore, Nuclear. I'm tripped out on nuclear power. That's some scary shit. Like science has brought about the A-bomb and like fucking smart weapons. And we talked this last time. I don't know when it was, which episode, but we were talking about the ending of civilization through technology. Like there's some scary shit going on.
Oh, that.
I don't even know where I'm going with that. Like where are we going with this?
I don't know, man. I think we always talk about our relationship to technology.
Yeah.
I mean, our relationship to aliens, for sure.
Mm. Do you believe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I believe, but I don't know, man,
I don't know, man.
No, I've always believed in them, but then what always bothered me was the fact that people went out of their way to make it seem real, and then later on show that it was fake.
Uh-huh.
And it was almost like bad publicity for aliens.
Mm.
It's probably intended, but it always was like there's always going to be that question mark. Even for you to be like, you believe in them, it's like there's still that element of hush hush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where it's like you either believe in them or you don't. And
I had heard that the Russians declassified their stuff, and that they were totally open to saying on a regular basis they were following, chasing, and experiencing alien encounters from the sea and the sky. And that they had encounters with several different kinds.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that some were good and some were bad. Some were here to protect us and some were here to just destroy. And I mean, that's what I hear. Like, Russia was more open about it than our own government is. You know, like, our own government keeps a lot of stuff secret and quiet. Hush, hush.
Yeah.
We don't want the baddies getting the A-bomb. You know, like, they're all hush, hush, secretive about it. I think a lot of people are. Like, all these countries, it's kind of like the name of the game.
I mean, I think that's where it's like, do you believe in them or not? It's like, yeah, I believe in them, but it's like, maybe, I mean, just like any other group of one, it's like, it might be a lot of bad ones, and there could be one good one, or a whole bunch of good ones and one bad one, but it's just, they're not all the same. So, applying that same knowledge to other beings, it's like, there might be some that are, like, dude, on New Year's, we saw some lights. And then, I don't know, it's just because it was actually a pretty cool sight to see, too, because it was New Year's.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, you would appreciate this. So, you know, from my view, I could just see all the views from where I was at my grandma's house. I could see, like, whole fields, like, just pretty much along the road, and everyone was shooting fireworks. Everyone was shooting fireworks at midnight. And it was just pretty cool to see, because it was like, along that strip of the road, you know, fireworks are going, and there's just different villages.
What'd you see?
Yeah, I didn't see it. My brother saw it. It was like, he said it was just,
I hope he had his camera.
a faint light, yeah. I'll send you a picture, not a picture of what he saw, but a picture of that night, because he did some little pictures with fireworks.
Yeah, I saw one of them where he was making snakes with the sparkler.
Yeah. Okay. There's one on my niece on her bike.
Uh-huh.
And there's a Roman, not a, I think it was a Roman candle, like, going off. And it's like, you can, the shutter speed is capturing all the times it's going up, so you see it going all the different colors.
That sounds cool.
But anyway, so, like, I was just, you know, like, I've been watching a lot of the Mandalorian, and, you know, how they go from planet to planet, and I just, like, and then we're out here, and we have open sky to where we can see more. And we see more of the stars than you would anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, of the life, what if there are other life beings just kind of just passing through? That's what we're seeing. They're just travelers going, not to our planet, but just other planets, and we're just kind of seeing the transitions. That's what I was just thinking about. Like, there might not be aliens that want to be here, but there might be aliens just passing through here. This
I don't know.
universe is so big. Yeah, but what if the portal was underground, underwater?
Yeah, I've heard theories about that. And like I said about the Russians, they say they see them like their navy. They're out in the ocean with their destroyers and their submarines, and they see lights come and go out of the ocean all the time. I don't know. It's fuck. There. You know, all that talk about Atlantis being super technological, and then they disappear and go into the ocean. Like they're like a city, like their city sank or something like that. And like that's one kind of cool thing that I always like to see is there's a whole bunch of like you know Google Earth, where you look down at the planet. Like there's all types of people that are on that, and they're just kind of surveying the oceans with all these topographical photos. And they're constantly finding structures that, you know, or lines on the ocean floor that don't look right. Like they look like structures. They have, you know, straight edges and hard corners, and so that it doesn't look organic. It doesn't look natural. And, you know, all that shit is unexplored. Like, I feel like there's so much more just to our planet. Like we are looking up and out, but at the same time, like there's so much here that we don't know about.
Well, I mean, it's the classic know thyself. It's like, do you really know the Earth? Or maybe what the Earth's been through.
Yeah. I've wondered, like, I saw the, I don't know if you saw the video that Al Gore did of, like, the global warming.
Unconventional truth?
Yeah. What is it called? Unconventional truth?
Yeah, unconventional truth.
So I saw his data, and he had like these graphs that showed like it showed what he was saying was the hardcore evidence that, you know, the Earth is heating up. And I just kind of felt like they only started recording data. Their data started like in the 60s. That's when they started, you know, collecting their data for this whole global warming thing. And all I could think was like the planet goes through cycles. Like we've had ice ages, we've had all these different types of temperaments going on, and the Earth is as old as it is. And then we start capturing data points at the very, very fucking end. Like, what is that now? Like 50 years now?
Yeah.
50 years of data versus how old the Earth is, and we're trying to make an assumption off of that? Like, yeah, it's heating up. Obviously, it's heating up. There's these things going on. I'm not even saying it's not real. I'm just saying, like, all we have is this little bit of data. And
yeah.
I imagine the Earth goes through cycles where it gets hotter and then colder, and it's kind of a form of creation. Like it destroys to create, like, which is found throughout nature, like forest fires. they go through and clear off all the underbrush, and then the trees that make it, some trees start seeding. We mentioned that, like a new forest comes out of a fire. Like all the old trash gets cleared out, and I feel like in that type of cycle, that's kind of where the temperature of the planet goes. Like it's oops, you still there? Whoa. I don't know how, but the phone just hung up on Sky. Maybe he got bored and passed out. Okay, so we're back.
Yo.
What do you want to say about that?
What just happened?
Yeah, some sort of let's call it a malfunction. I don't know. The phone just decided, all right, I'm gonna hang up. I was just sitting here trying to call you back, and every time I hit call, it would just hang up. Like it would start to call, and then it would just hang up.
I mean, that's never happened.
No, it hasn't.
You know?
I think I've had like the recording system die, where the batteries died and we got cut off, but like I've never had the phone cut off in the mid call. Well, I guess I've had that happen before, like just not during the podcast.
Yeah, but then
it didn't say like dropped call.
No, it was just suddenly gone. But we're on the phone for long periods of time. I just wonder.
I started to wonder if I somehow used up all my call time, but like,
your data?
yeah, like I got everything unlimited, but like even the unlimited has a limit.
Yeah.
And I don't think I talk on the phone that much. Like I think you're the only one that I really talked to for a long time. Like maybe my mom, but not that long.
Yeah, no, I was tripping out too. I was just like, man, did I not pay my bill?
Yeah.
I owe something, and just
they just came collecting at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know that we were joking around like the government was listening.
Oh.
It's the government. Oh, this guy.
I mean, we have no. Oh yeah, well, I mean, maybe the aliens.
Yeah. We were going pretty hard. We were going pretty hard into the alien stuff, and maybe that was first contact right there. Like they just took us off.
Like that was just like quit talking shit, you know?
Yeah. Well, my phone completely stopped.
Oh.
Like it's never done that the entire time I've owned it, which I guess isn't that long, but still. No phone that I've had ever did that, so I had to turn off the phone and turn it back on, and then I was able to start calling you again.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Dang, I might need to just get a new phone.
Might need to just chill the fuck out on this and start talking about how much we love the government and aliens, how we come in peace.
Yeah, we're all unified in the universe.
Yeah, I'm lovey-dovey. I'm for aliens, you know.
Yeah.
I believe the truth is out there.
Or is in here.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
It could be. It could be.
So yeah.
Is this where we started? Like, what were we actually talking about?
We were talking about just kind of
like who we are, right?
We're sort of telling a little backstory, but you know, we were talking about music and
Yeah.
sort of.
Well, I think so.
I
Maybe
think how me and you first kind of. Well, one of my first fondest thoughts and memories of when that happened in that class where you were sort of. It's like you had my back, but it was okay. It's sort of. This guy's cool, you know, he's got my back, you know, kind of.
I
I always wondered about why it was a big deal to you. Because you were, like I said, like I always consider you an artist. Well, I mean, you are an artist, but like, even back then, it was...
I think I just didn't like what was going on. I didn't like that she was saying mine was right and yours was wrong, or anybody else's. It was like, that's not right. I was just thinking one of my fondest memories of you was you were at my house and we were brewed out, and you started like you lost your balance and started to fall, but then you never fell. Like you kept running back and forth, like somebody had you on like a plank of wood and they were just tipping you back and forth. You're just falling back and forth, and you did it. You went back and forth like 3 or 4 times, like running, trying to catch your balance. And I kept thinking you were gonna like slam into my Ocotillo fence, or like into that sunroom. And I was like, oh, he's falling, and you just never fell. You just kept running back and forth. It was like you were doing a real small. What is that practice on in basketball where you run up and down the court?
Like a suicide?
Yeah, suicides. It was like you were doing really tiny suicides. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And it was like you just lost your balance and couldn't catch it. There was that, and I don't know if it was the same night, but it was again we were brewed at my house, and you were fighting ninjas. Just out of the blue, you started fighting the air, and I was like, this man really believes he's surrounded by ninjas right now. Like you were just fighting a big group of ninjas. I was like, whoa, like out of the blue, we were just standing there. Next thing you know, I think you went to take a piss, and then you came back, and all of a sudden you were in this big battle of hand-to-hand combat, and I was just like, this guy is my friend. Like, yeah. I was like, that's why I love this guy. Like, he knows how to live.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I always remember playing some. A lot of times Madden, I remember. Maybe some NBA 2K.
Uh-huh.
But just because I don't really play games that much, but I knew we were chilling. We were always play some games.
Yeah.
And then I always remember when we used to jam, and like I remember a few times we played at my house.
Yeah.
We lit the cells, and you were up front, and you'd be like just yelling all hype, like yeah, play this, and you know it's like you were our number one fan. But it's just you're all hype just to see us play. But yeah, no, a lot of fun times going to. You're riding your moped in the park.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of chilling. Those days. Yeah, man, it been a trip because I think when I first, I'm not too sure. You were living in Cofields, but then you're also you had a teacher housing in the primary, I think.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I remember one time we went to the dance on DePaul Road, and I think that was the first time where like we kind of like actually like went out, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of exploring.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out on our own.
Even like in Cofields though, like I remember there was a few times I guess not enough times we linked up at the dance in Cofields, but yeah, a few times we linked up in the dance in Cofields, but yeah, no, a lot of good shit, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Time's been flying lately. I feel like the last couple of years are just going by real fast. It seemed to go slow when I was a kid. Like, it just seemed to go real slow. You know, a year would take forever, and now it's like, damn, it's just over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta be doing, it's almost like we're filling the time with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And before we weren't really doing anything, we were just kind of just hanging out. It felt like a long time. Now we're actually fucking doing the shit. Now we're... Yeah.
That's a lot of episodes, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, if someone were to kind of just like, maybe binge, like, there's enough content posted to, you know, to fill the time, fill the day at least.
Yeah. And there's more. Like, there's so much more. And I like that. That's just from us starting in June. So like, if we stick this out all year long, like that'll be an entire year, every single week of putting out a podcast.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
always
lot.
get freaked out by what we said in the past. Like, there's some episodes I'm waiting to hear what we said, because I remember we said it and then I don't hear it for like.
Yeah, we just put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably start a new folder for 2021. Season 2.
Might be a good, yeah.
I think organizing, like what you were talking about in the other episode, or I think it was after an episode, you were talking about cataloging it.
Yeah.
That's probably something we should be doing.
Well,
today's like the 4th, isn't it?
yeah. No, it's the 3rd, I think.
I think yesterday was the 3rd. I think today's the 4th. I think Monday is the 5th.
I thought Monday was the 4th.
It might be then. I don't know. I'm waiting for shit to come from Amazon. And it said Monday, and it says the 5th.
Oh, maybe you're right there.
Or Amazon's wrong. Either way, I'm expecting my shit tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
Either way, whatever happens.
It doesn't even matter as long as you get your shit,
yeah.
Right?
Isn't that weird?
What's that?
I kind of feel like this whole pandemic shows us how little we need physical stores. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible at a certain point, if we, like, say, oh, there was an article on this very point that the U.S. has officially okayed drone flights above us. Flights at night and flights that are allowed to go over people. I guess there's a whole legal category that talks about what's okay and what's not for drones, including personal and commercial. And it said something like there'll be like 200,000 new jobs of pilots, drone pilots. And shit. So what I'm getting at is, if they get any good at that, we might start having, you know, it might become commonplace to just see somebody's package flying up above, coming in to drop it off. You know, people will probably track them. People will probably hack them. People will steal boxes. It's gonna get weird real quick. And if they get good at it, it might wind up that, and there'll be crashes too, like where their drones just fall out of the sky. They'll be hitting people and getting run over by cars and all kinds of shit.
Well, I mean,
so I'm just saying, like, stores could be a thing of the past. Like, they're already kind of closing down. Like, a bunch of stores have closed. And only, like, big-time major stores are still holding on.
yeah.
But I bet you anything, this whole pandemic has cut into their bottom lines like crazy. I mean, not where I work. Where I work, our numbers have gone up. Like, hard. Like, every chance we've had to get paid, like, a bonus for our sales, we've met them. We've met them and exceeded them.
So certain stores that you don't really need to go to.
Yeah.
I mean,
like a shoe store that just sells shoes. People order shoes all the time.
yeah. I just got some shoes over online.
It's too loud. So you ordered them, is what you're saying? Or you just went and picked some up?
No, I ordered them online, and well, which is kind of iffy about out here is that, you know, we don't have physical addresses. So
yeah, dude.
So you're not always a guarantee that it's going to be a smooth delivery like someone in the city where the addresses are more developed. Like, we don't have everyone's P.O. box, so.
One day, I don't know if it was UPS. I think it was UPS because they're one of the few that actually go out there. But they have our physical address to Coalfields, but that's a long trip that they didn't feel like doing. And I guess one time the driver just went to one of the offices out there, like the government buildings. You know, the ones that are around the primary school.
Yeah.
And they just dropped my mom's, like, laptop off with some random person with the same name or something. Maybe not even the name. Like, they just dropped it off and said, all right, we left it there.
Damn.
And that laptop was lost. Like, I think we wound up getting another one sent out. But it was like the driver just didn't want to make that drive, so he's like, oh, I just left it with so-and-so. Didn't really give us a name. Just, I left it at this office. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do that? But it's along those lines. Like, everybody uses a P.O. box, and a lot of people won't take one. Won't allow a P.O. box.
Yeah, but if there's business, there has to be I mean, that's just like refusing business. To
Yeah.
say. But, yeah, so I mean, like, this was the first time I had ordered shoes from Adidas. So, usually for Nike, I could put my work address because the UPS guy knows delivers mail to my work address. So I could put a physical address when you're ordering stuff online. But this was the first time I was doing Adidas, and I didn't put I just put my P.O. box. And I made it, but it also said, like, when it gives you a tracking number, it said, like, it was delivered way before I actually got it.
Oh.
So I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say about our mail and how we, or not, I mean, not even the mail, but just the different, I used to work at UPS, but yeah, like DHL and FedEx, and I mean, and there's probably a lot of other smaller companies that do the same thing, but yeah, I ordered some stuff in DHL. They don't deliver out there in the nation, so they just throw it off at the postal. And then the postal services get mad because everyone's just dumping the shit off on them. And so, like, when you finally get your shit, they're just, like, telling you what you should have did or what you did wrong. Yeah, man, like, we got a shitty mail system on the nation. I mean, no offense. It's just, I wish it could be more efficient.
Yeah. Well, we're so damn spread out, man.
Yeah, I know that, and then, but you're talking about, like, these drones that are going to be able to probably deliver to people that have.
They can do that track.
But, like, I don't know if they'll be able to do that for us.
There's going to be no drone coming out there, no. I can only imagine it'll be set by towers. Because I don't know how else you could run a signal that far away without, like, military equipment. I bet it's either satellite or tower driven. I guess it will be satellite if it uses it like the military does, like their drones. But yeah, in order to fly around town, they're probably going to need either satellites or towers. And even satellite internet isn't all that great out on the res. Like, I think it's even though it's satellite stuff, I still feel like it's tower driven, like cell phones.
Yeah, I mean,
cell phones require towers.
We're in the mountains, so it's like...
Yeah, there's going to be no drone flying from Tucson over that mountain to the res. So I think even if it becomes regular, something you see on the regular up here, I bet we'll still be far behind that on the res. Unless you want to start a postal business. Start delivering shit. I guess there's going to be a weight capacity and all that.
I don't know.
I don't know either, bro.
Yeah, it's a business. They got to do that at airport. I always thought that would be a cool business if someone like did, like, you know, you could fly. Yeah, you could fly somewhere because we have our own airport.
Dude, I believe there's a fucking there's a landing strip somewhere out on the res, out around our houses. Because sometimes it seems like those planes land. Like just so other people know, we have aircraft. We have military aircraft always out there. Either the military or border patrol, but there's constant air traffic out there. There's military jets, and yeah, like I'm pretty sure I've seen helicopters land out there, and there's just like a big dust up. Like it's probably some kind of strip somewhere out there.
Yeah.
I know there's the one in Cells, that airstrip.
Yeah.
I always kind of wondered about buying like a home kit airplane or helicopter.
Yeah.
And just trying to fly it out there for fun. But I bet that would cause a fuss.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think I'm just going off the rails again here. You know, if this is like a hey, this is who we are thing, we're doing pretty good about showing people how far off the rails we go and the kind of shit we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a good intro here.
Yeah, no, we're going off the rails is a common theme in our podcast. Sometimes we need to go off the rails to get some kind of clarity.
Yeah. Get some good shit.
Yeah, no. I like going off the rails.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely go out the rails.
But it's all good intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing when this phone cut off and all that, I should have grabbed some whiskey. I was over there sitting on the couch, like I ran out of beer over here.
Yeah, no, that was a little weird.
What's that?
A little technical difficulty.
Oh yeah, man. I swear, somebody's listening.
You're out there.
It's like what? Red team go! Red team go!
Yeah.
Well, I think we've said enough here. Like, unless you got something else you want to go into, I think we're at a good stopping point.
No, I think we accomplished a lot. I mean, yeah, this is a fun. It's I mean, I know we could probably use the that's one note is the alarm clock.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard it. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't have anything set for the weekend. I try to leave it completely off. I guess except for Sunday, which is later on tonight, like 8 o'clock tonight. I'll be going to work.
That can kind of be a awkward noise.
Yeah, it's on like all the episodes.
Yeah.
All of them. It kind of pisses me off, but I don't even want to take them off. Oops. Somebody sleepy. If I took them off, I think people would miss them. The annoying. No, I'm just saying, like an annoying ass ringtone that just kicks on out of the blue.
Yeah. No, I think it would be I think it could be replaced with another style.
Yeah, maybe.
Daddy.
Oh boy. Ah.
But yeah, no, I think we've come to a stopping point.
I think my son is tired of me talking.
Yeah.
He's over here climbing on my back. Sucker. You gotta quit.
I got the munchies.
Yeah. Well, people. I mean, it's a new year. Hey, all right, that's enough. That's enough. That's all we need.
That's a sign of
that's quitting time for me. Go on. Oh God, that's my cue.
Yeah.
Somebody's sleepy.
Show's over.
Hey, cool it. He's crying to me. He's not sleepy. Yeah, so it's the beginning of the year. I think what I'm gonna do, like I keep talking about it, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start us from here on as season 2. And now that season 2's on, I think what I'm gonna do is start releasing these each week with one of season 1's that have already been recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to kick it into gear here and start releasing 2 at a time. And at some point, we should catch up.
Okay.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe I should write this one down. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like we don't have that many, but...
Dude.
I started to think, like, yeah, we did talk a lot, but...
We've got about 15 episodes still left over from last year.
Pretty impressive.
Nah. You're impressive, bro. Okay. Alright, people.
Yeah.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to call it quits. I think I need to... I mean, my boy's awake at 3 in the morning. I gotta get him to chill out. And I think I'm gonna chill out. Tune in next week, you know? We're gonna keep this going, and hopefully... we're probably gonna exhaust all talks that we could possibly have this year. And I really think the only thing that's gonna keep this going, where it's something that keeps people coming, is that we start having guests.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want us to push for that. I don't know about every single week, but we should have guests. I think that'll be interesting. So, like, if anybody's listening, they want to get on, and we'll be thinking about... I'll be looking to meet people. I think there's quite a few people that should be on here that I want to interview about all types of different stuff. So that's what we can look forward to in this year.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up. We can, I'm depending on you to keep showing up, Sky, every week, and we'll just keep this thing going.
Hell yeah. Wow,
We're good.
I mean, it's good shit coming out, so let's just stay with it.
Okay.
But, alright, bro.
Alright. I'm just gonna hit the red button here, and then we'll finish up here. Peace.